Currently sitting in an airport waiting for a plane. And I've never really seen one of these before, but I'm in a smoking area. So everyone around me is having a nice little smoke before their flight. Got a little ashtray here. It's very nice atmosphere. But I'm not actually smoking. I'm just sitting here enjoying the fresh air, getting some sunlight. But this hasn't always been the case. About 3 months ago, I would have come out here and had about 2, maybe 3 cigarettes. Because I was in an environment where I felt compelled to smoke. So what's happened? How can I sit out here now as an ex-smoker and not feel tempted to smoke? Well, some very interesting things happened in my life that allowed me to quit, and I don't quite understand them myself, but what I'm hoping is that I give you some insight into, if you're trying to quit, or maybe if you're just interested, just give you some insight into what happened with me. So I know a lot of people who make a really conscious effort to quit smoking and fail continually. And I decided not to quit smoking, even though I knew it was bad for me and I knew that I should for a very long time, because I just knew I'd be the same. I knew I didn't stand a chance at quitting. But I knew it was bad for me. But I liked the aesthetic of smoking. I liked that I could have a coffee and sit outside and watch the view, and smoking seemed an integral part of that. And I wasn't prepared to give that up. And but at the same time, I felt horrific when I smoked. I didn't really realise how bad it made me feel until I got out of it. But I would stink. There'd be a little smell on my fingers from where I smoked. My throat would hurt. I'd be paranoid about my chest. And now I don't worry about that at all. I never smell of smoke. My lungs feel healthier. And yeah, life's very good. So the one thing I would say that helped me quit was replacing the dopamine I got from cigarettes with something else. And that thing for me was going to the gym. So I mean, I'd gone to the gym before, but I suddenly made a resolution to go every day in the morning, or maybe sometimes in the evening if I didn't have time. I would go, and I'd feel great afterwards, and I'd have a kind of rush of dopamine that was similar to what I got from a cigarette. Now that doesn't mean that I didn't still have a desire to smoke. Far from it, it was still very habitual for me. Um, but I gradually found that I just started smoking less when I went to the gym. When I went to the gym, um, which is very weird. Um, and I remember I went to Romania to see a friend who's Romanian from university, and I guess Romanian culture is a bit more. People smoke quite a lot. To be honest, probably about the same as the UK, but there's a bit of a stereotype in Eastern Europe, and to some extent true. And there was this one guy who was very into calisthenics, and he didn't smoke. And he said, it's a very Romanian thing to say, he just said, I replaced the dopamine I got from cigarettes with with exercise. And at the time I thought, okay, it doesn't really work like that, mate. You know? But it has worked for me, weirdly. I suppose another insight I could give you is I really don't. You know how I was saying earlier about I saw smoking as like a way to enjoy the view or a nice coffee in the morning. I saw it as a really people often say that coffee without a cigarette is like sex without an orgasm. So there's the addictive side of it, of just needing to smoke. Then there's this kind of sentimental, it's become part of your life, and I guess there's a part of me that misses having a cigarette in my hands and, the ritual to an extent, but it's such a tiny amount to how healthy I now feel. It's really, really weird. I thought I'd miss it, even if I had no addiction to smoking. But I really don't. It's really weird. So maybe that's something to bear in mind if you think that's one thing that's stopping you from smoking. It's like, but life just won't be as fun without it. It's like, mate, like the whole coffee and smoking thing. It's like, it's just wrong. It's like, you do not need a cigarette to enjoy coffee. You just think you do because you smoke. You really don't have. It's really weird. I used to love that, like a cigarette and a coffee, and now I don't smoke. I just do not miss it at all. I drink coffee all the time. I love it. So even though that I can sympathise, that doesn't make sense at all. That's my insight. So I hope this is helpful. I don't know if it is really. There's lots of stuff to go into about methodology of quitting smoking. I'm not really the guy to know to ask, because like I say, my smoking just kind of stopped as a result of me taking on a positive habit of going to the gym. It wasn't really a conscious thing at all. But I hope that's some insight into how someone's quit. Maybe that is helpful in some way. And I can stay out here, enjoy the fresh air, and watch people smoke, and it's not a big deal to me. I have no desire to smoke whatsoever. Probably shouldn't be saying that so loud, but so yeah, let me know if this is helpful.